Here I am at California Extreme, a yearly arcade game festival in San Jose, California. It has everything from old favorites like Pole Position 2, obscure games like Black Widow, and unreleased games such as Freeze. They also have a great selection of old pinball cabinets, complete with all the bells and whistles. But I'm just going to talk about a few games that I find notable or interesting. First up is Night Stalker by Sente. It's a futuristic driving and shooting game where you have a gun and a wheel but no pedals. And it uses an analog synthesizer chip which makes it sound unlike any other arcade game. At the end of every level, you have to take out a base light gun game style, but mostly the game is driving around, collecting crystals for ammo, shooting down enemies in the sky using the gun, and avoiding mines. Next up, we've got Zector, a vector game from Sega. It's an arena game that always scrolls, and you have to not only avoid ships, but pinball-style bumpers, whirlpools that make your ship spin out, and you control it using a dial to aim and a stick to move. It's not the most remarkable game, but it's worth a try. And here we have Time Pilot 84, one of my all-time favorite shooters, but not one that people talk about a whole lot. Despite the name, in this one you do not fly through time, but instead it's always a futuristic setting. And what makes this one different from the original is that you have missiles which can lock onto certain air and ground targets, and there are many hidden secrets throughout the levels that will take some deduction to find. In my opinion, these additions make Time Pilot 84 a much better game than the original Time Pilot. And here we've got Major Havoc, a longtime favorite of mine, and one that was a drop-in replacement for Tempest. You can see there are two different kinds of controls. The dedicated Major Havoc machines have a yellow roller, the other one is the Tempest controls, the spinner. The game has many different parts. For example, it starts out you're blasting Alien Space Invader style, and then it switches to a inside the base part where you have to plant a time bomb and get out. This part here was a direct influence on a couple Japanese home computer games, including the famous Thexter. And unbeknownst to me, the whole time we were playing Major Havoc, the creator, Owen Rubin, was standing right next to us, and so I got to meet him. It was a pretty cool day. I was fairly starstruck, to be honest. Next is a game that I was completely stoked to finally see in person. It's Blaster. This is a sequel to Robotron 2084, except it's first person, and you're flying a spaceship. So it's a sequel in theme only, not in gameplay. And it's got a really cool curved cabinet. Blaster plays quite well. There's a lot of variety. I'd say more so than other games in the same genre that were later. The controls are nice and responsive. They're simple. It's move, shoot, and thrust. Thrust kind of acts like an afterburner. The newly discovered Xevious prototype was also there. This is the proto of Atari 2600 Xevious. Before it had been leaked, but that was an incomplete version. This is the whole game. Really cool. And then here we've got Snacks and Jackson. I'm not sure what to make of this, but I thought I'd better include it. And for the last exhibit, I wanted to show people how much Konami got ripped off. So it's not bad enough that, their game Guitar Freak basically became Guitar Hero. Here's Thrill Drive, which got cloned as Burnout. And if you haven't played the first Burnout, you might be saying, well, it doesn't look a whole lot like Burnout. Well, check out the first one. Here we go. Burnout on the GameCube. It has even the same font. The handling is pretty similar. the goal is similar, and when you get into car crashes, the same thing happens with, not just really nice animation, but showing you the total number of damages. Watch this. Yeah, I caused $40,000 in Burnout, but $66,000 in Thrill Drive. I think both games even have the same turn signal graphic when there's a major turn coming up. Yeah, there's almost no little touch that wasn't ripped off, except for the close-up of the screaming person in the other car that you're colliding with, which I kind of miss. I really like that. And yeah, Burnout matured into a much different kind of series, and a very good one, but you can't forget that it started as a Thrill Drive clone. Kind of cool, huh? So that pretty much does it for my California Extreme wrap-up, and don't forget I'm gonna do a Q&A episode next, so if you have any questions about retro gaming, collecting, music, chiptunes, anything like that, be sure to ask in the comments section and I will answer it on the next episode. Alright, take care and keep on retro gaming.